Hey, I've got 10 minutes before my next meeting, so let's hang out for a second. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. So another day in the bag, kind of, because I still have a few hours of work left. As I mentioned, I work on American time. So they keep me busy, these Americans. And that being said, I also have a upcoming phone call with my friend Terry a bit later, because she's introducing me to a new digital platform. So let's see if this old dog can learn new tricks. Apparently, interesting platform. I log in for a few seconds. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow after I've seen what it's about. But we had a bit of a conversation, and in the conversation I mentioned that I need a bit of brain food. And apparently there's some brain food or conversation to be found there. And it's always interesting to see different things and how some of these digital opportunities play out. Terry herself is a kind of an angel investor, understands these new platforms and where technology can go. So it could be quite interesting. So I'm excited to see that. Earlier today, I had opportunity to quickly jump on the longboard to go and fetch some stuff at the post office. Managed to not kill myself, which is a move in the right direction, especially after yesterday's kerfuffle with the balance board, which is standing right next to me, and I have been balancing way less today than yesterday. So let's keep it that way. Then this is also seemingly a week of milestones. So my mother-in-law retired yesterday, and from her reaction, she didn't seem too happy about it. There was all kinds of like gifts and sweets and all kinds of things that people sent her. But then also I kind of felt weird about it, because after years of working and adding your value to the economy, the only thing she really has is like a laser printed certificate to say thank you very much for your work. Now, of course, long story short, like I hopefully as things are at the moment, I'm not going to get a certificate. I'm working for myself, so I'm probably going to, have to print out my own certificate. But it is strange. So I've kind of said to myself, and this is kind of a vibe I have, that I'll probably, if I'm lucky, work until I lie down my head for the eternal rest. I don't really see that there's going to be a retirement for me anytime soon. And that's not necessarily a negative thing. I think having the ability to stay busy and work like my parents are doing in South Africa, they don't necessarily work for a salary, but they have the little crafts and things that they're doing. And I think that is what keeps your brain busy, keeps you going. And then talking about milestones, as I'm jumping around in topics, is that this Friday my parents will be celebrating 49 years together. 49. I mean, my wife's been with me now for 4, and I think sometimes when she looks at me, she wants to throttle me. She's 45 years short of 49. Let's see if I can make that milestone. So I'm super stoked about that. I wish I could have been there to celebrate, but perhaps I'll be able to go there and celebrate with them when we hit the 50 mark. What do you say? 50 years. Wow. Oh, and something weird happened yesterday too. As I was publishing this episode, I realized that I actually learned something about hitting the earth, or at least the floor of my apartment, really hard. And it's like a short reflection on this whole idea of balancing, because I truly find that sometimes I have a problem with balance. Like everybody says, you have to have the right balance of things. And up until yesterday, I always thought like having the right balance is like a static thing. Like I'm going to do X amount of this and Z amount of that, and that's all going to be in balance and my life will be perfect. And when I saw my ass really hard yesterday, I realized like there's actually something to this whole idea of balancing act. Because when I jump on this silly balance board, it's always a large amount of corrections. You have to focus on your stance. Like, for example, I always forget to lift my arms in a certain way to really retain that balance and keep it going. And then you have to continuously shift your balance everywhere. Shift. And it's not like I get to a point where I say, okay, now I'm in balance. Balance is a continuously moving thing. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm struggling, is that I think that it's one thing I have to do to maintain or retain balance. It's not. It's just shifting every day, moving, tweaking, moving, adjusting. And then once in a while, you see your ass. But the secret there is you just have to get back on the board again. So with that being said, I think it's time for me to get back on the board. And if nothing crazy happens, I'll chat to you again tomorrow. Thanks for listening.